Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Rishi, and in this video, we are taking a look at Form 2, Chapter 3, Algebraic Formulae. Without any further ado, let's begin. This chapter, in my opinion, is the easiest chapter in Form 2 because we are building upon what we learned in Chapter 2. So if you have not mastered Chapter 2 yet, I would recommend you to take a look at that video. I've posted that on this channel. And once you have mastered it, this video is for you. So, as usual, before we begin, it's important to understand what this word means. Algebraic formulae. Algebraic terms. Algebraic means instead of numbers, we are using alphabets, variables. And then for formulae just means that that particular equation consists of more than one algebraic term. It has multiple alphabets. That's it. For exams, how you will be tested is something like this. For instance, given an equation, Q equals to square root of P. In most cases, for algebraic formulae, we would call the alphabet left alone without any operators as the subject of the formula. So for those who are wondering, formulae, the E just refers to formula being plural. Then for formula, okay, coming back to the topic, when it is left without any operators, any squares, it's just left alone, we would call this the subject. You might ask me, is this fine? Yes, this is a subject because it is fine because this is still a subject because it is alone without any operators on it. It's just by itself. For simplicity's sake, try to put the subject on the left hand side of the formula in order for the examiner to clearly see it and mark you correct. For exams, they will ask you to change P as the subject of the formula. Make P the subject of the formula. What I teach my students is, first of all, check where this variable that you want to change is located at. If it is on the left, it's great. Let it be. If it is on the right, what I would recommend is completely change the position of these two. So when we have 2 equals, for example, 1 plus 1 equals to 2. Then if we change the order, we will still have 2 equals to 1 plus 1. We just changed the position. Same thing here. The first step is change the position and bring P, whatever that is on the right hand side, to the left hand side, in case the variable is located on the right. And then we will have, this is the first one. So we have square root P equals to Q. And now what you're going to do is you are going to neutralize the P to become by itself. And let me explain. If you see here, we have square root P. In order to make the square root P to become P, what we have to do is just square it. Because square root and square, they will cancel out each other. So when squaring on the left hand side, you must do the same thing on the right. And we will get the answer of P because the square root and square will cancel off each other. And then we will have equals to Q squared. And that's it, this is the answer. This is the entirety of the concept. We just change the position and neutralize that particular subject that they want us to change until it becomes alone. Just for example, in this case, just P. But things can get difficult when the alphabets become much more complicated. For instance, we have PQ equals to the cube root of R times S squared. There's a bracket right over here. And then they want us to change R as the subject, to make R the subject. Same thing, first step, change the position. Since R is on the right hand side, we change it, we bring the entirety to the left and this entirety to the right. Don't have to change any symbols, nothing, just change the position. So we will have right about here the cube root of R, then S squared equals to PQ. And then now we have cube root R and S squared. We just want R. Remember that our aim is to get R alone. What I teach my students is to look from the outside, work from the outside to the inside. Just take a look on the left hand side and then see what is disturbing R. So we have cube root and we also have S squared. Take a look at which is outer, which is the furthest from R. And you can see it is S squared. Therefore, the first step is to bring the S squared to the right hand side. As you can see, the relation between R and S squared is just multiplication. So multiplication, when it goes to the right, when you change position, be divided. S squared becomes PQ over S squared. That's it. And then here we have R. The same thing as the previous question. We are going to neutralize the cube root by adding a 3 to it. We are going to cube this entire thing. When we cube this, what we have to do at the same time is to cube the term on the right. And remember, cube the entire thing. That's it. So we would get the answer of R. Cube root and cube will cancel each other. We will have R followed by PQ over S squared, whole thing cubed. You don't have to expand it unless the question asks you to show it in the simplified form. In any other cases, it's completely fine to leave your answer just as this. This is detailed enough. This is the entire concept of it. In the next video, we will be taking a look at another aspect of this particular chapter. And then the third one, I will be showing you tons of examples on how to approach these questions, and we will do a lot of sample questions. So don't worry too much if you can't understand the whole concept. This video is just to introduce you to the topic and make sure you have the basic understanding about this chapter. And that brings us to the end of this video. As usual, thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Till then, bye-bye.